Hey, Neil Rice here with ProfitAndHonor.com, where we help you align your faith and your work for maximum success. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what I've been calling the Corona-Rut. You know, we're many months into the coronavirus situation, and I think when all this came about back in the late winter, early spring, many of us, including myself, thought, hey, maybe 3-4 months, maybe 6 months on the long side of dealing with all this, and we should be on the other side. But that's not really turning out to be the case. And so sometimes when we have set certain expectations for our lives or our business or our family as we're moving through difficult times, it can seem like the goalposts maybe are getting moved, or that our expectations just turned out to be wrong. And sometimes that can really bring us down and put us in a difficult frame of mind, really help make us question some things about how we're going to get through this and through this tough time. And so I've been thinking about that a lot, and I've been kind of calling that the Corona-Rut, where, geez, is this ever going to end? What's it going to take to get past this and get back to some sense of normalcy? And so I actually have 3 tips to help us get through the Corona-Rut. And before I go into those 3 tips, there is a verse that's come to my mind as I think about this, and it's from the Apostle Paul, and it's Philippians chapter 3, and it goes like this: "But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." And I'm just listening to some of those words where Paul's saying, I'm straining towards what is ahead, and I press on toward the prize. And those are words that, make it clear that sometimes you're in the throes of it, you're in difficult things, and if you want to get to the other side, there's going to be some strain, there's going to be some pressing on. And I think for a lot of us, we're in that situation. Sometimes it seems like just almost decision fatigue. Decision after decision has to be made about what to do and what's safe and what isn't. The latest for me and my family is just sending children back to school and what that should look like, and how many options we have, and which is best for us and our family and our children. And so just decision after decision as it relates to this coronavirus situation. But I think there's a few things that we can do to help us kind of get our minds and our expectations set in a way that will help us through this. And so the first is this: we need to get our head right for the long haul. Get our head right for the long haul. And this reminds me of when I was in the Army. We had a deployment to Baghdad during the Iraq War. And so initially that deployment was scheduled to be 12 months. And that's what we geared up for. That's what in our heads, mentally, emotionally, even physically, we had prepared for a 12-month deployment, combat deployment in Baghdad. And we got there, and we got about 2 months in, and our orders got changed. And so it went from a 12-month deployment to a 15-month deployment. So 3 months of our lives and our effort and our energy and our risk in that situation, it got extended 3 more months, which seemed like an eternity at the time. And so that was really kind of a blow. And I think there's some similar blows that we're taking with coronavirus, where we said, hey, we thought this would be, we thought this wouldn't be as long as it's turning out to be. And so we got to set our expectations right and get our heads right here for the long haul. And just mentally recognizing that things are going to be different, longer than maybe we expected. Knowing it'll be longer, but still having some hope that, hey, we're going to press on and we're going to get to the other side eventually. And just making a mental shift to that reality. And just remember this: every step forward, every hour, every day we take forward is 1 hour, 1 day closer to getting back to life as we knew it. So that's important. Just get our heads straight for the long haul. The next is just to adjust our expectations. With your business or with your life, you may have had goals. You hope you did, had certain goals for how the next year or next several years would look and what you would accomplish. And you know what? Maybe you're not going to be able to hit those marks. Maybe those goals need to shift a little bit. Or maybe there's even more opportunity depending on what industry you're in, and you need to kick it in high gear. But at any rate, you need to think about how you may have to adjust your expectations. And actually, for me, some of the expectations I've had to adjust really are at home, and just recognizing that if our kids are going to be home more, my wife may need more support, and just finding ways to balance all that. But there's definitely an acknowledgement that has to be made that we're gonna have to adjust some things about our life, and that's not just going to be for a couple of months. The third thing is just get help. I think a lot of us as business leaders sometimes are a little bit Lone Ranger, like, hey, I can get this, I can do this, I got this. But when you're under the kind of stress, the kind of expectation, the kind of pressure that many of us are under in this particular situation, being a Lone Ranger, going alone, is really not a good idea. And the Bible puts it this way in Proverbs 28:26. It says this: "Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are safe." And so I think in this situation, more than ever, it's a time to walk in wisdom. And that means, to me, being in the Word as much as you can, seeking wise counsel. And even for those of us who maybe tend to rely on our own abilities or our own thoughts and getting through these kinds of situations, this is a time when it makes sense that you would seek wise counsel. And so I think those are the three things that I would say can help you get through this. Get our heads right for the long haul, adjust our expectations, and get some good help. So, hey, I hope that helps you as you think about how you can get through the coronavirus and the coronavirus rut. That's what I have for you today. Make sure you like this video, share it, and visit profitandhonor.com for more. And remember, a great leader is always learning.